The kitten's tail tip was already visible beside the blanket label, but everybody watched the golden retriever instead, because he would not leave that folded green picnic blanket. A visitor was cleaning the shelter table after a picnic reservation. When her hand moved toward the blanket, the dog stayed calm, but closer. At first, it looked simple. Maybe the blanket belonged to someone. Maybe the dog just liked the smell of that folded corner. But when she lifted the far edge, nothing was there. The dog did not follow her hand. He kept facing the sewn label. That label became the map. Right beside it sat one tiny orange curve, still enough to look like thread. She tested the blanket center. The dog barely reacted. She tested a plain seam. His attention went straight back to the label side. The label moved when she touched it. The orange curve did not. It stayed tucked against the green fold like a separate soft detail. Then, she tried the wrong corner again. The dog stepped closer to the label side, not the moving fabric, and the whole story narrowed. So she crouched lower, almost at his level. From there, the orange curve looked less flat, less like cloth, more like something tucked inside. She moved the green fabric beside it. The fabric shifted, the orange detail held its shape, and the cleanup stopped feeling routine. Still, the last easy answer was a tag or loose thread. She compared it with the seam, but one detail did not match. Instead of moving the blanket, she set the bag aside and looked beside the sewn label, exactly where the dog had kept looking. That was the turn. The orange curve was not a tag. It had soft fur texture, and it read as a tiny tail tip. Her hands changed immediately. She cleared space first, kept the fold low, and made sure nothing pressed against that little orange shape. Only a small hint of orange fur showed inside. The dog stayed back now, as if the job was just to keep the place visible. For a second, she almost lifted the whole blanket. Then she stopped and worked from the safe edge opposite the tail tip. The label lined up with the first view again. Dog, blanket, label, orange curve. The clue had never moved. She checked the picnic bag first and nearly missed it again. The dog lowered his nose back toward the label's side fold. When she returned to the original angle, the first second finally changed meaning. Tiny orange tail tip beside the sewn label. She lifted the fold slowly. A calm orange kitten raised its head, then made one tiny step out on its own. The blanket was partly folded again, label facing out. The dog sat in the same place, but his stare was gone. By the carrier, the kitten sat safely beside the green blanket. Same label, same table, same dog, just one clue, finally understood.